Today, guys, welcome to the Virtual Coffee, and today's Virtual Coffee meetup is about listening to your body. Yes, as us men, us stubborn men, don't seem to listen to our bodies. Women, I know you're more intuitive than us, and no, just playing around with you guys. But guys, I just did a workout and smashed down some pre-workout real fast, did like a 15-minute, upper body workout, and just felt like I was gonna, tune everything up just then. So I just had to slow down. Good morning, Monica.
Good morning.
Good morning out of bed. Hey. Have the coffee still going on?
Yeah, get the coffee.
Yeah, it's still going.
You always lax on this coffee.
So good morning, guys. I'm not sure. Probably some more people will hop on shortly or when they can. Either or, guys. It's us on this call. And happy Tuesday to all of you. Ben's in Milwaukee, Andy's in the UK, Janine's in Idaho, and Kevin is in Fitchburg, where we are.
Oh, cool.
That is cool, guys. If you guys can,
Yeah, this is definitely not going to be fun if it's just me.
Yeah, Ben, come on, man. I know Andy's got an excuse right now. Ben, get your camera on, man. We don't care if you're in your
bathroom
or the pajamas. We don't care. Janine, I know you're a listener. If you can say hello for a minute. Kevin, you too, man. If you're in Fitchburg, you're going to get to know us. We're your neighbors. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Let's get this on, Kevin. Come on, buddy. Here we are. Hey, Kevin. Great to meet you, man. That's Kevin.
Wait.
That's Kevin.
Hello.
That's Kevin. Ooh, like brothers.
Yeah,
You guys brothers?
Hello.
Hey, Kevin. How are you, bro?
Hi, Kevin. Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys too.
You too,
Where
man.
in Fitchburg are you?
Let's see here. On North Park Lane. I know there's some new apartment buildings.
Is it off of Lacey or anything, or Fish Hatchery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's on the corner of Lacey and Cyan Road or something like that.
Right there. We're right here. We're in the they were called the Waldorf Astoria, and they got sued for using that name. So the Lafayette literally, right on Cyan and Lacey.
We're in the luxury apartments, but ain't no luxury right now.
It's not luxury now because we can't use no amenities.
Yeah. Welcome, brother.
Hi, Janine.
Hey, Janine. Hey.
Awesome. Cool.
Wake up.
Where's this coffee, hon?
It's coming. We'll get a coffee in there, baby.
I don't hear it going.
I need it. I just need it.
Well, I need a cup of coffee. You messed
up.
up.
Well, you want something? Go on, I get coffee.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna start this call anyway. Because Kevin, I know you're fresh to the call, man. You haven't been. This is your first. I think this is your first virtual coffee meetup, is it?
It's my third.
Well, you've been on one before.
Nice.
Yeah,
yeah.
Maybe just didn't see your face.
Yeah.
You want to tell us, tell us a little bit about yourself, man? I'm going to get coffees for us, but I'm listening. I'm going to be here. Tell us a little bit about yourself, bro, and welcome and introduce yourself to everyone on the call, and don't be afraid, bro.
So I just started World Ventures on Friday. I was in it before, but I was going to school, and so it just got too expensive. But yeah, I'm back in it, and hopefully trying to quit my 9-to-5 job.
Gotcha. All right. Well, welcome. Awesome. Welcome to have you back.
Thanks.
This life happens. Life is like a roller coaster, and glad the waves swum you back.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think actually, most of the time it's actually only it's funny how we open this to the public, so like all of our Facebook friends, and not everyone's in World Ventures, but it seems like almost always it's always just World Ventures people. So, or eventually know about the travel club, and then eventually jump on in. But yeah, so what is it, Tuesday today? Yeah, Tuesdays are the connection day, and just for all of us, it's kind of the beginning of the week, and just kind of see how we can connect. And then it usually always ends up in some type of entrepreneurial business chat of some sort. And then Thursdays we have the actual like entrepreneur coffee night when we actually have but we've gotten pretty lucky last few times. A top income earner from World Ventures usually joins and shares a little bit about their story, and yeah, just talk more entrepreneurial stuff. So what happened, honey?
Maybe I stuffed up. I gave myself the pink mug today.
Nick's having the pink mug today, and I'm having the black one.
I actually put the cream in the black mug, which was supposed to be mine.
I'm like, where's my cream, honey? He's like, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we got to go pink sometimes, boys.
I guess.
Right? Absolutely.
The rainbows. Yeah, like where the eggs got rainbow eggs. Hey, Janine. Janine's son.
Hi, cutie. Awesome.
All right.
Well, whoever wants to share anything that even happened over the weekend, even, like what's been going on? How can we connect? How can we, anything fun to share? Even what you're struggling with?
Any epiphanies, anything happened with the business? And no one into business. Like, we can talk business.
I can celebrate you. Anything. What's up, Andy?
Hey, how you doing there? My morning call today, we started talking about languages and how lazy people who speak English are as a first language. And other countries tend to like learn 2, 3, 4, even at school. And it went from that into the education system and how some people who had kids when they were younger. I've got like a friend relationship, not a parent and a child relationship. So there's that as well. And then we moved, it's quite weird how we moved for this conversation. It just meandered down the road there. And then we ended up sort of talking about the way that parents and children interact at home right now and how the education system would need to emulate that sort of thing with regard to how they look after them at school, etc. So, ABCs and keep them safe. And then obviously make sure the parents know what they've learned. So when they get home, the parent isn't going against what the teacher's saying, because it's like anything. It's like when you do 3-way calls, when you introduce the other person and say, this is the expert, if you say anything, you take that expertise away. And what happens sometimes is, what I learned, maths and stuff, it's totally different to how someone else does. But if your teacher's taught you a certain way and you've got a better way, or a way you find easier for you, and then they find that suddenly easy for them, the teacher now becomes like not the expert anymore, you do. So you default back to that. So it's about basically keeping everyone in the loop with the whole thing for the education. So that was quite cool. I was quite interested, actually. It was about an hour, that was. 30 minutes turned into an hour, because I just let them crack on, just let them talk. Great.
That's spot on.
Yeah, that's welcome Michaela to the call.
Welcome, LaDonna.
Welcome, LaDonna, too. Hi, Lon. Yeah, education system. That's an interesting talk. I think I could talk about that for hours. And like, it's funny, Nick and I don't have any kids, but of course, one day.
10 kids.
He keeps telling me.
Janine, we're gonna get Janine talking about languages, talking about education. We got Andy. I don't know. Janine has we're going to say a Christmas family here in Idaho. Like, she's got Christmas trees everywhere. She's got kids everywhere. It's going crazy. And I know Janine actually homeschooled. Her and her husband homeschool their own kids. Plus, I'm pretty sure they homeschool other kids as well, and have created an education program. Right, Janine?
Oh, yeah. I mean, today I posted something about homeschool.
Hang on,
Say
Janine.
that one more time.
Hear me?
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was going to say that, yeah, I posted on my timeline about homeschooling and people got heated. I don't know why. I was like trying to encourage everybody, like, people who have started doing public school stuff at home, they're not really homeschooling. Like, it's totally different. We have had time to like fit the education into our lifestyles, and people are trying to adapt this whole system that you're supposed to be doing in a school to their home. It's totally different, and you shouldn't stress out about it, but people took it the wrong way. So, oh well.
Well, those are the people who will just see their way out.
That was exactly what happened in ours, Janine. We had a chat about that, about how teachers are saying one thing to the kids. They're then doing the opposite of what they told the kids to do. Then the kids get confused, go home, these like 6-year-olds, and tell their mum and dad, I was just told, I went in the library, I was told to keep quiet, and I couldn't tell anyone else to keep quiet when they were making noise. And if I told them to keep quiet, I got told off as well because I was telling them to keep quiet. So it was like a vicious circle. So they were sort of getting taught something and then untaught it, if you know what I mean. Where the adults were sort of interacting, which was really weird. And also the fact that, you know, I spoke to a vet, and she was basically talking about her child, and she had to literally take a child out of school because they were not looking after him, weren't teaching the right stuff. Because when he came home, he wasn't like, you know, I've learned this today. What did you learn today? Well, they just told me to sit in the corner, and you know, because he wasn't learning. And what they didn't do was find out his learning style or his methods. So because of that, he was missing out on all the stuff going on because he just couldn't understand. It wasn't a case of being stupid or not, you know, being mucking around. It was the fact that he couldn't understand. And when he asked questions, he was told to shut up or you've got a detention, because it was a question that he had wanted to ask. And because of him asking questions, everyone else didn't ask questions. So basically the teachers were basically dominating the whole class, and no creativity or immersion or diffusion of anything they were discussing would get shared. So yeah, homeschooling for me, yeah, I do that every day, all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. I just had this funny, everybody's having this conversation about online schooling. Thank God my son is 18. So I don't have to deal with that. But I do have friends that do. And one of the things I told them, even before everything went into place, I'm like, listen, look into homeschooling. It's going to happen. No, I don't have time. I'm just like, listen, you need to look into this. I think a lot of it is a lot of parents do not understand the work. And so one of the suggestions I gave to my friend, have a group with different parents, find out who's in the child's classrooms, work with them. What you're strong, good at math, okay, you work with this kid. You go and read it, okay, you have a support system. A lot of it is sometimes we teach children better when they're not our own. And that's something that I had to learn with my son, because he was like, Mom, I don't understand. I'm like, I don't know this. So I used to be like, okay, I called my sister and she was like, okay, I'm good with this. Let me help you with this. And so it's basically a tag team sport right now. So either you're going to sit back and pressure and go under pressure, because our kids are going to mirror what we do. So if we're going crazy and flipping out, our kids are going to flip out too. Because we're like, okay, mommy's flipping out, I'm going to flip out too. So a lot of it's having patience. A lot of it's stepping away and taking a breath for yourself. And if you have two parents in the same home, you should be sharing the responsibility. Okay, honey, I'm not good at this, so you please take over this. And so I think a lot of it is people are actually forced to be with their children. They're forced to teach their children and be parents. Because if you've never had to be a parent and you're all over the place, now people are like, oh my God, I'm not used to this. What do I do? There's resources, but you can't be lazy. You have to go and get the resources that you need. So this is me and my sister had this whole conversation. I'm like, listen, I thank God for my sister. Our kids went into school knowing how to read. They knew how to, I was working, so she was like, okay, I'm gonna grab the kids, because we had 4 of them that were all the same age. And she was home because she got lit off work because she got injured. So she's like, okay. So she turned her house into a school. So not everybody has the resources, but there are resources, but you have to go get them. So yeah. Everybody's under pressure. No, you don't have to be under pressure. Go get the help that you need.
Yeah.
That's what I got. Right, exactly. And like, I just feel bad for the parents, because they're like, oh, how do homeschoolers do this? But the schools have all these requirements for you, and we don't have to really meet all of those things. We just have to make sure our kids are learning, you know, this and that and this, and we can use any methods we want. And so we're used to, like you said, going to outside resources and finding what we need to find, and the parents aren't, you know, and it's like, what do I do? And I feel bad for them. So I just was trying to encourage people, like, if it's not working, then do your own thing. Like, go, you know, if your kids aren't getting the math or whatever, go look for some outside resources other than the school's giving you, like you said, and just get it done, you know, and don't worry about what they said to do. but I don't know. Anyway, it didn't go over that well. So.
Guys, I want to continue this conversation. We got Dan McCabe on the call, and I've invited him on. He's only got 5 minutes with us, guys, or so. He is a network marketing guru. He's been in the industry for a very, very long time. He's a funnel hacker. He's a guru on social media. He's actually working one-on-one with Dr. David Peach in the All In for 90 Blitz challenge that we're doing right now. And he's actually helping Dr. David Peach hit the triple IMD by November this year. So he's working with the top income owners. I just got him on because he is a stud in this industry. I know we're all network marketers. And I'd love for him just to, Dan, if you could just share your story, how you started, where you are now, what you're focusing on now, and what's going on, Mr. Dan McCabe. Thanks, brother.
What's up, Nick, Monica? Good to see you guys. Yeah, it's kind of interesting just popping in and listening to the conversation. So I am completely winning at parenting right now, as I have a 3-year-old over here, my 3-year-old son, wearing an Elsa dress with a hockey stick and a baseball bat. So
creativity.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey. Oh no, he took the Elsa dress off. So
also in a hockey stick, yeah.
Yeah, and and now he's jumping on a pillow on a Bosu ball. So whatever. My older 2 kids are upstairs. Yeah, we're figuring out the whole homeschooling thing as well right now, just like everybody is. We're pretty laid back about it, so it hasn't been too bad. The school gives us some stuff, but I don't know. All in all, our older kids are doing okay. Yeah. See? Yep. This is the Elsa dress. So he just handed it to me. Heard me talking about it, but anyways, so yeah, the struggles are real, but all we can do is go with the flow, right? So yeah, like Nick was saying, so I did create a partnership with Dr. David Peach, and we created the All In for 90 program that we're doing within his team and his organization, and it's been fun. It was, it was a unique opportunity for me. I've been around the industry for quite a while, had pretty good success, and I've known him for 5-6 years. And finally I approached him with this idea because I'm a much more systems driven person, and network marketing's always been taught one way. And I just felt like there was another way that we could do things. And I was like, you've made 8 figures in this business. You've got these stories that other people don't have. Like, you need to get those stories out there. How can we get these stories out to more people? How can we take what you did, put it in a bottle, and give it to other people? So I've been, spending my last 6 months just extracting that information and putting it into training courses and systems that other people can follow. Because it's kind of funny, whenever you talk to some of those top networkers, some of the top people in that company or any other company, and you're like, how'd you do it? And they're like, I don't know, I just did it. But there was a method to their madness. They just didn't think about it because they were just doers. Dr. David Peach, he just went and built. He just did it every day. He knew if he put in the work, he could build it. He knew that if he put that same effort in that he put into chiropractic school for 4 years of his life, 3 to 4 years of his life, that he would have built something that was worthwhile and something that could pay him for a long time. So he just did it. So that's been a big part of, my mission lately, is figuring out, just pulling all that information out of him, and then how do we, spread that message to more people so other people can learn from what it is he actually did, and also just provide an opportunity for other people to learn and grow from him. He's at a point right now where he doesn't need, to continue building, but he wants to continue building. And guys like that, they say, I'm going to build for 3 years and then I'm done. But after like being done for a period of time, they're builders. They just want to go build. Like they crave the action, they thrive on it. And so that's kind of where we're at right now. And we're having a blast with it and going in for round 2. So I don't know if I answered any of your questions there, Nick, but I, my story is I got started. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years in real estate. That's where I started. In 2007, the market was starting to crash, and I owned a real estate brokerage, and I got an opportunity to take on a network marketing product that would assist my real estate business. That was my first foray into network marketing. Did pretty well in that company, but the company left us, which happens, every once in a while. It's a brand new company. They made it about 3 years, and then they just couldn't make it through that recession in 2008. And eventually we found World Ventures, which is travel and fun. And I love the industry. I've done a lot of things in entrepreneurship, but there is no other industry business model that creates the alignment of, if I help you make money, I make more money. I get to like honestly say to people, like, I can give you everything I have, and if you actually make money, then I make money. So I guess I didn't mention, in the real estate world, we used to run a seminar business and charge ridiculous coaching fees to coach people on how to make money in real estate. Some people did it, some people didn't. Most people didn't. It doesn't matter how much money people spend. If they're people that don't do things, they don't do things. So, I never felt good about that. We would have people spend big chunks of money, tens of thousands of dollars, and never do anything. And that didn't feel good on my end either. I mean, yeah, we made a sale and we made some money, but you want to help people succeed. So even from the coaching and this perspective, I like network marketing more because I only get paid if I help you succeed. And it just feels better. It's just a happier place to live. So anyways, what else do you got for me? I got a few minutes here.
I want to say something. That sounds like amazing, because literally talking about homeschooling like this, the all in, like seriously, is the homeschooling holy grail for the entrepreneur network marketer. Like, that is reprogramming us as network marketers. We have a system. Like, it's amazing what you've been able to do. And I don't think, like, guys, we need to really understand what they've done is they've put a system and put Dr. David Peach's like pretty much entire blueprint and gave it to us, and now we just have to do it. Like, he is the fastest IMD in World Ventures. He is world renowned in the entire network marketing space, not just World Ventures. Like, this is ridiculous. Thank you, Dan McCabe, for all your bajillion hours staying up till 3 a.m. and away from your family to make that system happen. Because system plus network marketing is
save time and energy, money, and confusion and headaches. And
I'm so excited.
I mean, I told you why I love network marketing. It's the system, the all in for 90. I mean, that's the way you get good at anything. I mean, to get good at anything in this life, you need to get obsessed about it and immerse yourself in it for a period of time. So we just did it within this niche of network marketing because we all love the industry. But yeah, I mean, all in for 90, it sounds like a lot. I mean, we start people like within the other training program at a 7-day fast start. We're like, all right, if you can give us 7 days, give us 7, then we try to get them to 90. But really, if you're thinking about making a run at network marketing, like 90 is just the beginning. Like, you need to look at it that way. Like, I need to get obsessed and do something for 90 days. It's a short window of your life. But if you can't do it for 90 days, how are you going to make a business out of it that's going to last your entire life? If you can't do this for 90 days, and then through the process of this, as we show you how to get other people in and then get them to do it for 90 days, that's when you start getting duplication in this industry, which is the hardest thing. As many people I'm sure know, is getting duplication, people to do things under you. But it's selling that vision and that dream of what can be accomplished in 90 days. And then the idea of getting other people to do it underneath you in 90 days. That's what's fun about the next go around here, starting in a couple weeks, is we have people now that are bringing in, we've got somebody who's up to 15 people that they signed up for the next all in for 90 on their team. How much better is that than you just doing it yourself? You got to get through it once yourself. You got to do it once if you're going to tell other people to do it. But once you get through it once, then get some other people on there and get that duplication going. So
100%.
Is the next anything you can talk on, is the next 90 all in for 90 going to be different at all, or anything you can share?
A little bit. I mean, we're going to do some more, we're going to be a little more active with the group and holding people more accountable. It got so big this time, it was hard. Like, when we originally created it, we wanted to be able to like call people out and hold their feet to the fire a little more than we're able to in such a large group. So that's why we're keeping it smaller. We want to like be able to just get in people's face a little bit more and say, you skipped a day. Why'd you skip a day? You can't skip a day. I mean, you need to take the mentality going into it that you don't miss a day, that it's like breathing. Like, you need to do it every single day. And unless you take that mentality, it's too easy to give yourself excuses to fail. And so you just got to get in there and you got to do it. And we want to be able to get a little, in World Ventures personality terms, we want to get a little redder on people. We want to be able to, really push them a little bit harder. We'll do a few more things in the group. The general process, the workbook is the same because it's based off 3 things. First, creating belief, then skills, and then leadership. but we got to keep doing that same thing, because the idea is that if you've been through it once, then new people on your team are coming through it. We need to take them through the same process. If you're going through it for your second time and you've got a team of people that are now doing it, it's your job the second time around to be that accountability partner for the rest of that team. Like, you've been through it, you've seen it, but now it's training them. So Grzybowski has a great line that first level of leadership is when you can teach people to do what you do. The second level of leadership is when you can teach people to teach people what you do. And when you've got that, and then he closes out with, when you can teach people to teach, then you can go to the beach. So maybe you guys have heard that talk somewhere, but I like that one a lot. And that's what this is. So, if it's your second go around, you just need to like alter your mind. You still want to do the activity, but you want to spend time with those people you brought along, and you want to really serve them to the highest level. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Anyways.
And like, you like the all in for 90. I know it's different because I'm probably not in the trenches like Nick is. I'm the systems person. So I'm like kind of like you. I don't know. But what I've seen even from observing Nick is in these, how much longer do we have on
we
the
have
90 days?
finished this weekend, right?
Is it
Or
finishing
sometime.
up?
We got about, what is it, day 80 today? I thought it was day 80 yesterday. I miscounted, but yeah, so it's day 80. So we got 10 days left.
Going on to the bottom, and it's massive difference of like, I mean, I believe Nick gave it his like all, and then of course like towards the end you're like fizzling out, you ran out of some gas, and who knows, because of course when he gives it his all, he like burns out, hits the freaking wall, and then we gotta
I could
reset.
see that.
Yeah, but it's amazing because I believe everything that I mean, it was just meant to be. Like what has happened with Nick realizing who he was attracting and bringing in, and I believe he has shifted his mind. And in this next all in for 90, and even just starting, we're not even waiting till the all in for 90. I mean, we had this epiphany about him attracting certain types of people that were like the seagulls, the pot plants, and the mugs, those kind of people, and now bringing that into the next all in for 90, and of course even from now on. So it's massive just to see that difference in 2 months. You just condense, like this all in for 90 just like condenses time, because maybe he for another 2-3 years, because I mean we've been together over 3 years now, and he's always been like that, just like I'm going to show everybody and anyone if they have a pulse, and that's it. But I think it's really awesome that he's like intentional about it now. So that's amazing, and I'm sure there's like a gajillion other things that like came out of it, so I'm excited.
No, and it's just a mindset shift on who you attract and who you want to bring into your organization. So Peach and I did a training back in February called Whale Hunting. It's somewhere buried in the Facebook Lives, I'm sure, but we re-recorded it recently, and we switched it to Shark Hunting because I didn't want anybody to Google whale hunting and see Peach and I, because that could have a negative as well. But so we switched it to like going around sharks, and we created a whole course around it, which should be getting released here relatively soon. But it's just a mindset shift. I mean, we always kind of joke around, or I don't know. I feel weird rating people on a scale of 1 to 10, but we kind of do it. Like, so we consider ourselves a 6 or 7. It's really easy to attract and go after the 2, 3s, and 4s, but how do you go after the 8s, 9s, and 10s? And so that's kind of what we go through, because it's just a mindset shift in going after them and trying to attract the people that can actually build your business back up and create that proper duplication, because they get it. And really, just like a lot of things in life, like when you're talking to people that are at a higher plane, they get it. They see it faster. The 2s, 3s, and 4s are the people you have to drag through the mud. They might be an easy, quick sale sometimes, but they just don't get it. And you're constantly trying to support them, and they just never quite get it. When you get the right person that is an 8, 9, or 10 into your organization, like they blow up on their own. Like they're already like, they've been successful at something else. Peach, like that training they're doing at noon. Everybody needs to watch that training if you're building this business, because it's Peach and Troy Brown. Peach was a successful chiropractor at 3 clinics in Minnesota, the largest kind of clinic in the state. And then you got Troy Brown, who's an anesthesiologist making a bunch of money. Those guys were, for all practical purposes, are the people many people in network marketing right now consider untouchable. But they were touchable. Somebody went and got them. Somebody recruited them. And when those guys got it, they get it big. And you got to go after those people. So, and sorry, guys, I got to jump off here and get ready for the huddle call and talk to Jackie quick before that call, because she's got to do something as well while I'm doing that. Anything else you need from me quick, or?
No, Dan, appreciate you just hopping on, man, sharing that value. I know it's helped everyone on this call, man. So I really do appreciate it. We'll see you on the huddle call.
Yeah, I'll be on there. And man, sorry, I just realized there's a whole bunch of comments here. So sorry about that. We'll grab them next time or something. I'll try to hop on again and get people's questions answered. So
I'll help everyone. Don't worry.
We'll get it. Awesome.
All right, Dan. Appreciate it.
Good. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Have a good one.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
Peach.com or what?
Yeah. Guys, if you're today, so what do you call it? Dan McCabe just mentioned at 12 p.m. Central. Today there's a more it's not really a presentation, but more educational sort of, if you got prospects that have seen World Ventures, or you got someone that's really, really interested, it's just a great, it's going to be a great presentation, not so slides based, but more education based on network marketing, what we're doing with World Ventures. Troy Brown, 4x IMD, and Dr. David Peach are going to be doing that, and that's on whynowisthetime.com. whynowisthetime.com at 12 p.m. Central. I suggest you get on that and listen in, take notes, and invite anyone you feel who could benefit from that. Obviously your team and any prospect that you've been talking to. And then All In for 90, if anyone is wanting to join the All In for 90 May 2nd, I know Janine is doing it with us. I'm pretty sure.
All In for 90 book.
Pretty sure Mr. Ben Regal is on the call. He's going to be doing it with us. Tell us in the comments on the chat, guys, if you guys are going to be doing it with us, or if you want to know more, I can send you the information after. But here is the All In for 90 workbook. It's literally, there's an exercise every single day for 90 days. It's really cool. And so first 3 days it's about habits and belief. Second 3 days, set of 3 days is skills. And then the third set of 3 days is leadership. For example, day 75 is building a better story. There'll be an exercise here. You guys can see it. Okay, exercise, you'll do your little paragraph. And then at the end, it says, how many exposures did you do today? Did you get your fitness goal complete? Did you do your personal development goal? Did you give 100% today? And did you check in with your group/partner? Okay, so that is there. Okay. And every day there's an exercise, there's an online membership, there's a training platform in there for you as well with videos. And every day at 11 a.m. Central, there's a huddle call for around 15 minutes, just like accountability call, keeping you on track. So if you want to go all in on your World Ventures business or your network marketing business, All In for 90 is definitely for you. If you haven't done it before, it might be a bit scary going in, but I promise you guys, we've had so much success just from doing this All In for 90, and we're doing it again.
Yeah. It's all mindset, and because this isn't physically hard, guys. I mean, sometimes you're up 2 a.m. showing the deal or whatever, but then you just pass out and go to sleep, right? But this is a mental game, and the support that you get with this All In for 90, and just again, the growth I've seen with Nick, specifically within the last 90 days, is dramatic. And Nick's been in World Ventures for how many years now? 5 years, and I've been with him for 3 of those years. So I've seen his personal development. I can see who he was.
The growth. The personal development.
I can see the growth, and the last 90 days have been pretty ridiculous. I mean, again, how they said, they're going to be a lot more red, and so be aware of that. But are they still going to do the different levels, or are they not going to do that? So just to kind of give you guys some kind of background information, don't let it if the whole being held accountable and you need to do this for every single day of your life and putting your whole life on hold, don't let that scare you. Some people are yeah, that's exactly what I want. But if you're the opposite, maybe you're a yellow and you're more like me, because I can be very, very red, but that's for a time and a place, right? But I'm pretty much a yellow blue and red. I think actually, yeah, and red. But anyways, mainly yellow. So for me,
if you guys don't know what we're talking about personality colors.
I forget.
So if you guys don't know, a red is more of a driven, competitive personality type. A yellow is a more caring, compassionate, don't want to hurt your feelings sort of personality type. Green is analytical, data, stats, light numbers. Blue is like, woo! Let's get crazy, party baby. Oh yeah, drinks on me. Let's go. Right, that's blue.
Yeah.
Just to give you guys a difference there.
Yeah. But I would look at this, of course, this is going to, like, they want to attract the go-getter, the hustler, the wants to get shit done, the person that wants to really take back their power and, like, and make some moves, you know, like, but again, there's so many amazing components of this. Like, for example, day one is dream a big vision, and day two is the force of average, and 3 is power of habits. I mean, regardless of, I mean, you just do this at your own pace at the end of the day. Because there was moments where Nick was doing it every single day and no joke, boom, hit a freaking wall because he was going so hard. So that's the thing, is never compare yourself to anyone else. This is open to every type of person. They are going to have a specific type of kind of vibe, and they're going to, of course, they're always in network marketing and they're trying to hit ranks. They're always going to bring out those hard charging driven people. But I believe as a yellow, I am super driven, like extremely driven. And they can talk to me in a lot of different ways, and I can actually be very receptive. But, you know, I highly suggest it. I mean, what is it, $15?
Yeah, it's $15. It might be $20. It might have gone up by $5.
Like,
but,
this is like getting
$20,
is like getting your bachelor's or master's in network marketing. Like, this type of content is ridiculous.
It's for the digital version, it's $15 or $20. But if you want the workbook, it's an extra $10. Totally worth it. If it's your first round, you can print off your own workbook at the digital version if you wanted, but getting this all binded up, hard copy, sent in the mail, it just, you know, it gives you that, oh, I got something in the mail. You know how that feels, right, guys? They got something from Amazon, you're like, oh, I like this. This is cool. So this is definitely worth getting the workbook if it's your first time, definitely. And you got this for life, and you can model this and use this and over and over and over, and just take what you can take from here and apply it to your own business. So
yeah, and
it's up to 20 now, guys.
What was that?
It's up to 20 now. I just looked.
Okay, $20 for digital, $30 with the hard copy workbook, guys.
Yep, and it's not just going to help you with your network marketing business, guys. It's going to help you with your overall view of life, and gonna take you to that next level. It's gonna elevate you. So if that's what you want, come out of this I don't know who wouldn't want to do this within the quarantine. Is like the perfect time to do this. You're gonna be forced to, like, okay, you're gonna walk by this. Did you do it? Did you not? I mean, because there's really no excuse right now. This quarantine is a huge, massive blessing for all of us, and all we need is Zoom and a freaking book and our phone.
You get to do your own pledge. I can take the bathroom. I can take you to the bathroom, and you can see my toilet, guys. Our toilet, right? Hang on, give me a second. Check this out, guys. Went into the bathroom, and I'm going to put that toilet seat down. There's a bit. Yeah, there's a toilet, right? Toilet seat is right there, and opposite the toilet is the pledge. It is, why are you doing all in for 90? So your why is right there. And the pledge, you promise to do 3 exposures a day. You promise to do 30 minutes of exercise a day. You promise to do 10 pages of personal development. And who are the people you're doing it for? And I see that every single day, that I take a number 1 or number 2. Same with Monica. We are all in, guys. And that's what you got to do. We got to see that every single day. And I know that's putting a smile on your face, but I'm serious. We're serious. That's good
he
fun.
Put it right in front of our toilet.
I'm like, why not? Instead of reading something else or being on social media, we just read our page. Why we're doing it. So, you guys can unmute yourself. We got a little bit of 10 minutes left on this call. If anyone wants to talk about homeschooling again, I know it was a great topic. We had some great stuff there. I know we had to cut it short because of Dan coming on the call. But if you guys want to speak about anything that's on your mind, you have any questions, need some clarity, you want to share your goals, you want to share some value, go ahead.
Well, Nick, also with the All In for 90, you have the online portal with all the extra videos that they've been shooting over the last several months too. So you have access to all that to help with mindset and business building and everything else we can use in addition to the workbook. So they work complementary.
100%.
Yes.
You get the membership online
and
training
there's
platform.
a membership as well.
There's a membership for your customers and the membership for your business reps as well, exactly what to do. So the system's already done for you. Thanks for mentioning that, Ben. They're already done for you. You just got to plug them in.
Yeah.
Plug them in.
The only thing I see as an issue for me is being on live for this. I know there's recordings, but being on live for the actual stuff to be done every day. Because obviously, when you're going to bed, I'm getting up, and when I'm going to bed, you know, it's like my team though out in the US. Yes, I'll recommend it to those guys because obviously they're there. You know, obviously you know the guys I'm on about. So you know, if they're building out there, it's easy for them to do it. Obviously to fit into those time slots, etc. Whereas me being in a different time zone, that's slightly difficult for me to be there at the time. Especially now I've been told I've got to go back to work, which I'm not very happy about. But I'm doing it.
What
you know,
it's like nearly 5 p.m. your time, right?
Yes, 10 to 5 now. Yeah.
Everything's recorded, Andy. But if like the huddle call, so we got the huddle call for All In for 90 at 11 a.m. Central, which is in 10 minutes. So if you know, if you planned out, you know, cut off, it's a 15-minute call, whatever. I'm not sure what they'll do 11 a.m. next time in the next round, but you know, everything's recorded. Everything, and if you do miss it, is recorded and you can watch it. And they do also for social media as well, which is really cool.
I think the Fast Start training, that's all recorded as well.
Yeah,
because they have one separate for.
I'm asking this for not for me, because you know what I'm like. I'm just go for it. I don't care. I'll be up till 3, 4, 5, 6. I won't even sleep someday, you know. But if someone comes in and asks, well, at least I can give them the options, which you obviously just give me, which is cool. So it's covered basically, which is cool. And I knew it'd be recorded anyway, and the same as what I do in my calls. If someone missed it and they're in a different time zone, I record it and send it to them. So it's simple as that.
Yeah. That's it, man. Good stuff. Good stuff.
What time zone are you in, Andy?
I'm UK time, so it's British summertime now. So I'm at 10 to 5 now.
Is it warm yet in London?
It's nice and warm. I'm in Southampton, so it's nice and warm here.
Oh, sir. Sorry.
I work in Celsius, so it's about 28 today, so that's quite nice.
Good, really?
Real hot, scorchy. Where I am, yeah.
We're the Hamptons.
I'm on the south coast, so.
London's here. You're like down here, right?
I'm right down the bottom, underneath. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna come down.
Yeah.
Come sleep over. Camp out of it.
Hey, believe me, I've had like 6 or 7 people come and they said, I'm in the. Can I? Yeah, come down. Everything. It's all good stuff.
Awesome. Is there anyone else who wants to, take the microphone and chat about anything? We're good. I think we're good. Janine, I know you're there. Do you want to just mention anything, if anyone has kids on the call or anyone's going to watch this recording, what would you recommend for them to do to homeschool their kids? Just like some simple tips or tricks.
Oh, put me on the spot, huh?
I know
if you have young kids, I think reading is the most important. So just focus on teaching them their letter sounds and blending them together and reading. And then as they get older, let them have some choices in what they do, and that will really motivate them. And just like we do goals for our business, have them do goals. It's really fun to even have the younger kids do goals. My kids do them for New Year's. And so one of them wanted to learn ride a bike. One of them wanted to, complete one of their books that they're doing. So stuff like that. Just have them participate in those goals, and then they have to pick what they want to finish those goals. And so it really helps motivate them. And maybe you have some rewards for them and stuff like that. So that's what I suggest. I mean, just really quick tips.
Thanks, Janine. Appreciate it.
I mean, that's so true. I'm trying to remember back at elementary or middle school or high school, if they ever had us write our goals down. I can't even tell you
No.
So like
happen.
I believe this is like I wish I was a kid right now in high school or whatever grade, obviously, because I know like this is one less year or whatever, how long it takes to deprogram your kid. I believe. I don't know. There might be some opinions on that, but I know we aren't planning on public schooling or private schooling our kids ever in life. We plan to have
world schooling,
real world school, and like hopefully there's like
hotel
some
schooling,
like amazing
resort schooling.
Yeah, right. Some entrepreneurial, like maybe by then World Ventures will have like the school for kids or something about entrepreneurship. Or I'll just make it. I don't know, because like it's all about creativity and helping them create something for themselves.
Something that came up. Something that came up with our guys was the fact that they still teach the same way they taught back in the 1800s. So even though we've come, we're miles ahead, we've got technology and all the other bits and pieces. The only thing they've got in their classroom now is the whiteboard's now changing to like an electronic one and Google. That's it. That's the only difference. All the other stuff is taught the same way, done the same way. No life skills shown to them or anything. So for me, I think homeschooling is great because you get to show them what these skills they're learning will be used for later. So for instance, when you go shopping, you have to do your maths. You have to know how to add things up, take things away. What change will I get? And work out what coins and stuff they're going to be. That's a physical thing. Teaching it in here or teaching it live, I know which one I prefer, because if I do it live, I remember it in here anyway. So that's something that stuck out to me. And if you think about anything that you've got, think about your phone, your mobile phone. Yeah. Who remembers Nokia phones, the little Nokia phones that lasted like for days? You charge them once, they last for ages. Yeah. I've still got mine. And if I put that next to the other one I've got now, and I say, right, what in comparison is different from this one to this one, I could probably reel off thousands of things. If I did that with the schooling system in 1800s to now, two or three. Electronic stuff, computers, that's it. That's the only difference. Pen and paper was, throughout. Now it's gone to computers and stuff. So that's the only difference I can see. The education system is exactly the same. So if we're expecting to get better people out of school, you've got to change the system.
I think Michaela just fell on the floor. Like she was laughing hysterically right there.
It's so true.
That's true. That's about everything. Like,
I'm happy for the kids. I don't know. I'm like.
That's like Nokia's old school network marketing, or the things we know, and now we're learning online network marketing and how to use Facebook advertising and funnels and how to attract the right person and lead magnets and social media. That's the iPhone, right? So 100%, Andy. That's a great analogy.
Yeah, and I'm looking at all the things that I mean, everyone here on this call, if you even remember like going back to middle school or whatever the worst year of school was for you, like I can think of all the things that I carried that didn't serve me. Like I'm Mexican and I'm in a all-white Catholic school and I look astronomically different than all of them. I have a completely different life, and my entire life I was trying to figure out why the hell am I so different, which now I know being different is awesome, but at the time, like, I didn't know what the hell's going on. Why do I have like a sandwich rolled in paper and like a juice in like a thermos cup that my mom gave me when you're supposed to have like soup in a thermos cup? Like my mom would put orange juice in like one of those thermos cups and stuff, and people would ask me, oh, what kind of soup do you have? I'm like, I don't have soup, I have juice. Like a lot of weird things. And I would go to birthday parties, and all the kids, their parents are lawyers or doctors or surgeons, and my dad was a mechanic, and my dad was the landscaper for the actual school. And I always loved and appreciated my dad, but I always knew like there was something oddly different and like really different. I had a tiny humble home in the ghetto, and I would go to these like mansions for parties, so like all those things that I believe, of course, like I had to just reprogram my whole self through. And then I went to public school. So I went to a private all white school, and then I went into a public school where there's like everyone getting beat up every hour, and there's like 4 cops at my school. So I went from all white private Catholic school only being able to wear like pants. You can't even wear leggings. Like, you couldn't even dare get caught like trying to skip a minute of school. I even was put in ESL classes, which I was born in America. English was practically my first language. Of course, like, my parents spoke Spanish, but I was always like, I don't need ESL because I speak perfect English. So like that entire like 10 years of my life, I was like trying to figure out like what is going on. Went into public school, and then, oh wow, way more people look like me. Ooh, but again, what they have access to is way different than what I had, you know, like what over here has access to. So all these things that, I mean, who knows, one day we'll have kids and they'll have an Aussie dad and a Mexican-American mama. And we'll see what happens.
Uncle Andy, Uncle Kevin,
yeah.
Auntie LaDonna, Auntie Janine, Uncle Ben, Auntie Michaela, there we go.
Yeah.
We know where to send the kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But when you're homeschooling your kid, you get to decide what kind of environment they grow in, which is beautiful, you know, and where they can go. So awesome, guys. Well,
all right, rock and roll, guys. So, guys, I appreciate you guys all hop on the call. Our next one is 10 a.m. Central Thursday. I'm sure we'll have some really good nuggets on that call.
Yeah.
And we have a really cool speaker coming on that call. I know I've already got that plan out. So be on there, guys. Tell your team, tell your reps, tell your friends, tell your family. Anyone can join. And we will see you there, guys. So I'm yourself. Say goodbye. We will see you on Thursday. Thanks so much, guys.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody. Have a good
Later, guys.
day.
Thanks, guys.
Nice to meet you all.